I'm preparing for an exam called Step 1. It's a medical licensing exam, and I am in medical school. That's like another part of my life. I'm a second year in medical school. My second year ended, so I'm actually in a transition from second to third year. But before you go into third year, I have to take this exam called Step 1. Step 1 is like a licensing exam, so it's almost like your graduation into the hospital. I wouldn't say it's a hard exam, but it's almost like an 8-hour exam on everything you ever learned in medical school. So it is a lot. As I'm preparing for this exam, I made a realization that I didn't know before. I guess I always knew, but I didn't accept. Most things I do, at most exams I take, or most things I do in life, I almost take them with a fear of running across some concepts. So let's say like you had to take a test tomorrow and they said, okay, what exactly do you not want to see on the exam? What are your weaknesses? You could say XYZ, and then you go to sleep and you just hope like, okay, I hope I don't see coronary artery disease or like aneurysms on the exam. But this time I'm kind of taking a different approach. I'm actually like going towards my weaknesses. I'm trying to make them my strengths. I'm trying to take this exam without having any fear, any thoughts or constraints or restraints on like what I don't want to see or what subjects I'm scared of encountering. But I'm realizing that like I didn't want to work on my holes because it made me feel bad. Whenever I'm doing something I'm not good at, I feel like my ego was hit. It's like, damn man, like how do I not understand this, right? You start to doubt your capabilities. Now I'm realizing that like anytime I feel my ego, anytime you feel an ego pain, anytime you feel you're in a situation where you feel like, okay, this might be embarrassing, that's actually a situation you need. If you're scared of public speaking, you have to go public speak. It sounds counterintuitive. It's almost like running into fire. In terms of self-actualizing, you always want to run into every fire. If there's something you're scared of, that's exactly what you need to do. At the other side of that fear is the real you. So taking the Step 1 exam has taught me that like I need to go into my weaknesses, and they're only weaknesses. There's actually no such thing as a weakness or a strength. It's just words we use to title things. I'm going into concepts that I'm not yet fluent in. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna let myself feel the pressure or feel the uncomfort that comes with doing something that you're not good at, having that white belt mentality. So I made this video to tell you, but I'm actually making this video to speak to myself that it's okay, man. If you don't understand it yet right now, if you're not good at certain things, it's okay. But you have to lean towards it. You have to dive into that deeper. You can't just let it hide, because problems will accumulate. And let's say you're eating a good dinner, a good steak. I know we have vegans out there, but here we eat steak. You're like, I'll just go to sleep at the end of this dinner. I'll wash dishes tomorrow. And tomorrow, your friend called, you have to run out the house, there's an emergency, and then you eat again, but you don't really get to the dishes. And before you know, at the end of the week, the dishes are packed. And that's the same thing that happens with problems. Problems pile up if you don't solve them, to where it's overwhelming. Now you're spending a whole day washing dishes that could have been removed the first day, right? Now there's mold. Now the food has stuck. It's gunk on the dishes, right? Now it's 10 times harder to wash the dishes. Now there's flies and ants. Now you have to wash dishes and kill the flies. You can see how life is a snowball effect. So when a snowball starts rolling, the snowball gets faster and it gets bigger. But also, that's the same thing that happens with problems. So we need to nip them in the bud early. If you have holes, if you have weaknesses, nip it in the bud. If you have conversations you want to have but haven't had, nip it in the bud. If there's an experience you're scared of having and you've always been scared of your whole life, nip it in the bud. So I'm talking to you to talk to myself that it's time we nip it in the bud, boys. If you watched this video and you found value, you thought it was good, you enjoyed it, thank you for watching. But remember the takeaway, it's time to nip our problems in the bud, and it's time to go towards the things that scare us, because our true selves are on the other side of that. With that being said, thank you for watching. Yvonne out. Boom.